OMG, it's Keto. If you do not know who OMG, it's Keto is, this individual has been charged 3 times in the last 10 months with some type of assault or attempt in resisting arrest. Now, backstory on Keto. Keto has been on this app for a few years now. He's made a lot of money off of followers who believe that he is basically here because he's homeless, because he chose to be homeless in an attempt. Can we please mute his name? Jesus fucking Christ. Like, at what point do we have to, like, remember to be fucking adults? Please mute his name on the mute list. Like, don't fucking dox people. Don't be a shitty human. I cannot believe how low people go on this app. Like, he will say his name. You don't fucking come in here and dox people on this app in here. Okay? We're not going to do that. Okay. Sorry. Evidently, we've got to lay out some ground rules. No doxing. All right? Number 1. If you're going to sit here and tell me to get a job, bitch, go look up my... Oh, wait, you can't. I work for my motherfucking self. Nice try, though, Hayden. Maybe you should go get a job. Okay. No doxing. Don't argue in the comments. Don't acknowledge the trolls. If someone is up in here being a troll, all they want is your attention. Don't give it to them, okay? Just ignore them. It's the worst thing you could do to them because they're going to try to get more of your attention, okay? Doxing is putting out any information as to location, phone numbers, and name, full name. Someone already put his full name in the chat. Doesn't fly here. Okay? Now, you can go to Keto and you can ask him for his full name. And he might give it to you. Because if anybody's wondering, the whole reason I found out about OMG, it's Keto and all of the things that he's done is because he was sitting on a live one day and he said his full name and he said, Google me, I'm legit. So I put his full name in to Google and the first thing to come up were 2 mugshots. So I looked into it. Well, it turns out like a week and a half before, Keto had been arrested. And Keto was arrested for allegedly letting his fist meet a woman's face 25 to 30 times. This girl was so bad off that she had to go to the hospital and was diagnosed with a severe concussion. Now, if you're not aware of why this girl might have been speaking with Keto at all, it's because he literally had 2 dogs at the time, Moo and Cookie. Moo and Cookie were very aggressive. This girl's dog had had interactions in the past with them. They hadn't been overly kind to it, so she didn't want him and his dogs to be out. She didn't want his dogs out roaming around while she's walking her dog for 5 minutes. He went up. She went up to the door. She knocked on it because he was at a friend's house. And he answered. She asked if he would hold the dogs. He got upset. She said, okay, well, I will deal with my neighbor and not you. So she called for the neighbor. Well, in the process of that, he got so angry that he started wailing on her. 25 to 30 times, closed fist. All up in this area. So he basically stopped when the roommate came out one day, the roommate came out later within like a couple minutes, or not roommate, the friend came out within a couple minutes and essentially had to pull him off of the girl. Okay. Now, this was on January 16th. January 19th, he was arrested for that crime. The 20th, he was released. Now, we will go over some videos here in a little bit to go into depth on different pieces of evidence that one of the cousins of the girl has posted on Reddit, as well as a video that Keto had shared on his own page. Now, fast forward February 14th, he went to court and pleaded not guilty. Into February, beginning of March, Keto had an incident at the McDonald's where he essentially was told that he was trespassed and he needed to leave, to which he responded, "I'm not leaving, I'm staying," and approached the counter and tried to shove his phone in a girl's face. And that girl kept trying to swat the phone away. And the whole time he's yelling, "Hit me, hit me, hit me, hit me." Well, it turns out basically neither one of them ended up pressing charges, because if she pressed charges on him, he was going to press charges on her. And it was just going to be this whole back and forth thing. Well, in the process of it, Keto kind of was spiraling and made a threat which came out as against her life by saying if the cops did not take care of her, he was going to find someone to do it for him. He doxed the McDonald's location she was at. He was very aggressive, very insinuation based on what he thought should happen to her. He just all out just made threats against this girl and things. Now, he had then befriended a 12-year-old boy behind the Arby's in the middle of the night, because if there's one thing to know about Keto, it's that he, at the time, was living in a van with 2 dogs. And what he would do is he would take, like, Cookie out for the night and leave Moo in the van. Moo rarely got out of the van. He would leave Moo in the van, take Cookie out, go hang out in a parking lot, and use their Wi-Fi. So he would hang out behind the Arby's where he met a 12-year-old boy. Well, it turns out that this 12-year-old boy's family was saying that they were going to lose their apartment. They weren't making ends meet, blah, blah, blah. So Keto put his Cash App out there, made this kid a Cash App, and for a couple days they were making money on this app by giving that Cash App out, and allegedly paid for that apartment. In that process, just so you guys are clear, in that process, a lot of us were concerned that the family would realize he was kind of like a cash cow type situation. And if he's making them all of this money in like just a couple days, he's hanging out with their 12-year-old son, what kind of allegations could they put out there to potentially make Keto look bad or, try to use to get money from him? After that incident, so there was that. And then in April, he went back to court. And when he was in court in April, the victim did not show up. So this was for the assault inflicting serious injury allegations. She did not have to be there. She was on a cruise for her birthday. Keto kind of came out of that feeling like on top of the world. He thought he was just like set. She wasn't going to be there for the next court case, he kind of figured. And the charges were going to get dropped because she had to be at the next court case. Well, she did show up for the next one in July. And he basically fired his public defender and he had requested a new one. So 10/2 of 2024, which is tomorrow, he has court again for the pending charges, which are assault inflicting serious injury. So right now it's still an allegation. He has not been convicted in a court of law. We are not saying he's guilty. We are not saying he 100% did it. However, I do have security camera footage from the girl's home and around the home where it shows Keto approaching the apartment. It shows Keto fleeing Keto fleeing from the house, and the girl walking up to her own porch with this side of her face all messed up. So it's important to also emphasize here, he only stopped because this girl that he was visiting came out and kind of separated them. There's no telling how far he would have gone had she not come out. Now, Keto is the individual, because people do get him confused with Detroit Nike. Keto is the individual who has been known to have 2 dogs and he lives in his van. So with Keto, he used to have a 3rd dog. So Originally, he had Felon and Cookie. Felon and Cookie had puppies. Now, all of the puppies contracted parvo, but only one survived. So he had Felon, Cookie, and Moo Moo. And Moo Moo and Cookie, people were allowing the puppies and Cookie to stay in a home while he was at work. However, people were not allowing Felon to stay in the home. And he left Felon in his car so he could go to work. It got hot. Felon unalived. And he lied to people. He did not tell people how Felon actually passed away for days. He lied about it. So, he unalived Felon by leaving him in a hot car, and his excuse was that he had left Cookie out in a hot car multiple times before, and Cookie had not passed away. So finally, when he admitted it, he was like, well, you know, I'd left Cookie in a hot car and she never unalived, so how was I supposed to know Felon would unalive? Now, there's video evidence of that. Him from his own mouth admitting it. Yesterday, Keto had another arrest. This time for attempted robbery, where he attempted to use violence and forcibly take a BMW SUV from a woman with a value of $25,000. Now, at this point, Keto doesn't have either of the dogs anymore. I will tell you that much, which is a good thing because he basically taught those dogs to fight each other. You would only see Moo Moo out some of the time, and Moo Moo would be kind of chained to a tree because Moo Moo and Cookie could not be too near each other usually because they would start fighting with each other. He would constantly tell people that he basically had nowhere to go because nobody would let him have his dogs. However, the real truth is with his mother, he didn't want to follow her rules and he didn't want to pay rent. So he had supporters. He's had at least 2 vehicles bought for him by supporters. There was one car and then he had the van. The van got towed this last summer, and by the time the van got towed, Cookie had been taken by animal control and I believe was adopted out. Or Moo Moo had been adopted out. Now, Cookie has a history of aggression, and it's important to know she has bitten people. There was a time Keto was at the park and Cookie bit somebody and he said, here's a thing of Vaseline. You can go put it on there. And yeah. And then he left. But we don't really know where Cookie went. Unfortunately, we are kind of up in the air. It's highly likely that Cookie was put down as well too, because Cookie has a bad history of aggression. Now, since a lot of his enablers are in here, he's pretty easy to find. This is the North Carolina judicial court system, okay? Since he said his name on live multiple times, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Well, maybe if you chilled down for a second, you would see that the info comes on, honey. So let's go ahead. There's his name. There's his charge. Assault, inflicting serious injury. 1/16/2024 was the offense date. Filed the 18th. It's still pending because he has court tomorrow for it. Now, one of the reasons why you might be asking, why does this matter? Well, this matters because have you ever watched his chat and noticed all of the women who are 18, 19, 20 years old telling him they wish he would come and live with them? Oh, honey, it's the fact that you think you're doing anything by sitting here and insulting me, when all you're actually doing is boosting the live and making sure that people know. Kind of counterproductive to your arguments, but hey. So let's go ahead. Warrant for arrest was issued. On or about the date of the offense shown and in the county named above, the defendant unlawfully and willfully did assault and strike, redacted, by striking the victim about the face with a closed fist multiple times, thereby inflicting serious injury, busted lips and cuts inside of her mouth, bruising to the face and right eye, and a severe concussion. That's the charge from January that he's alleged. He goes tomorrow for court. Now, since the last court date, he requested a new public defender. Okay? Now, yesterday, a new warrant was put out where he, on or about the date of the offense shown in the county named above, the defendant unlawfully, willfully, and feloniously did attempt to steal, take, and carry another person's property. Silver BMW X1 SUV of the value of $25,000 from the person in presence of, redacted, by means of an assault upon her consisting of the forcible and violent taking of the property. It's all in the arrest warrants. All in the arrest warrants. So I just want people to understand that you're not doing anything coming in here and trying to bring me down. All you're doing is proving that this is actually a really necessary conversation to have. Because this individual is alleged to have let his fist meet a woman's face 25 to 30 times. So, Nico, it looks like you've got a baby in your photo. Hypothetically, let's say you had a baby girl and she grew up to be 20 and she told a guy that she thought was good from the internet, hey, I live right down the road from you. You should come stay in a spare bedroom of mine. How would you feel to find out that individual had 16 different things on record and was currently alleged to have assaulted, inflicting serious injury against a woman? He had assaulted on live a woman at McDonald's not long after that. He was arrested in June and spent about 2 or 3 weeks in jail because he resisted arrest after he trespassed on the McDonald's that he had been kicked out of. And yesterday, he attempted a robbery using violence and force. The dogs are gone. He used to have 3 dogs. He unalived one of them by leaving them in a hot van. Moo Moo got taken and we believe adopted out, and I wouldn't be surprised if Cookie got put down because she was so aggressive. Now, to any idiots that are saying she assaulted him, go ahead and block them. Because here's the thing. Or not block them, mute them. Sorry, don't block guys. Here's the thing. Okay? See, unlike you all ignorant buffoons, I come with receipts. So I'd like to see your receipt of him hitting her. Because, let's go ahead and flip it. This right here is from, okay, come on. January 16th at 10:56 p.m. Okay? This is the victim coming onto her porch after Keto allegedly let his fist strike her multiple times. Well, you can be a hater. You're just showing your ignorance. This, January 16th at 10:52. Okay? Now, if you know Keto, you know he has a very distinctive hairstyle, at least in this time, where he would wear it up with a bandana around the top of it. And that's Keto fleeing the scene. Right there. Now, there is video showing him walking into the house wearing the same outfit. But also, give me a second here. Because you notice how I said Keto wore his hair in a very specific way? Did you notice how it was all piled on top of his head like that? This is only a few days after the assault. So first off, he's blurred out something on his knuckles. Second off, he's got his hair up just like in the video where he fled. Now,
nobody else tell you.
It's really sad that you all are so pathetic that you want to defend him and sit there and say, you can't prove it's him. You can't prove it's him. Just for reference, there's how Keto leaves his dogs in the hot car. You'll notice there's his van that got taken away. But you do see that, right? So here's the van. There's the dogs. Oh. Huh. Gray hoodie. Jeans, dark shoes, hair thing on top of his head. Almost like that's what he's wearing. Hey, looky there. Hair up, gray hoodie, jeans, dark shoes. That's Keto. Fleeing the scene. 4 minutes. Before this individual walks up and is on the phone with 911 before she's taken to the hospital and diagnosed with a severe concussion.
Don't have anything to eat or drink again. Okay. Just be still and wait.
Now, Keto was arrested. He faces up to 150 days in jail if he's convicted. And all of this is over. All of this is over her wanting him to hold Cookie and Moo Moo so that she could walk her little dog, because his dogs had attacked her dog several times before, and she had tried to be the nicer person and not get the police involved. One of the reasons why this matters is because there's a lot of girls that hang out in his chat. I've seen him as young as 14, 15 years old. But there's also 18, 19, 20-year-old girls who have very seriously offered him space in their homes. No, this was January 16th of 2024. He pleaded not guilty February 14th. He went to court in April, was given a court date for July 10th, 7th or 10th. He went to court then, asked for a new public defender, was granted the motion, and now he goes back tomorrow. So he will be going back to court tomorrow after he just got out on a $10,000 bond because he attempted to rob a woman yesterday via violence and forcibility, and tried to take her 2019 BMW SUV that in the police report is valued at $25,000. Now, if you wonder, like, oh, well, maybe he just made a mistake, I would argue that this individual has sat here and told you that he basically is homeless because of his dogs. He hasn't had the dogs in about 2 or 3 months, so why is he still living on the streets? It's because he doesn't want to pay rent and he didn't want to follow his mother's rules. She was willing to let him live with her. Now, Keto wants to sit there and say he loves his dogs, but I would argue if you love your animals and you can't take care of them, the right thing to do is to give them away. Instead, he would put them in the car while he went to work, and one of them unalived because of this. This has nothing to do with him being homeless. In fact, did you know that Keto used to make so much back in the day that for a while, when he was trying to do damage control after he incited an incident at McDonald's, befriended a 12-year-old boy behind the Arby's at 10:30 at night and got in big trouble in hot water because of his own actions, making threats against women and all of that stuff, he basically would do a guess what number I'm thinking of in my head game, where you would come up and you would guess the number. And if you guessed it right, he would gift you a lion from TikTok. Which is why a lot of people don't give him money anymore, because they thought they were helping someone get off the street. He's been homeless for 3 or 4 years now. He's had jobs. He's gotten fired from at least one for being violent with a coworker. But he was out here gifting lions to those people. And you want to sit here and say, he's homeless, he's just trying to make by, blah, 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 blah. No. He's playing in your faces, and you're sitting here believing him. The lion's a couple $100. Now, hold on here.
Nobody else tell you. That's the police right there, y'all.
Let me find a video.
I'm talking about like, it's a dog. I had a dog named Felon.
Oh.
Yeah, and I ain't talking about like go to jail things. But I know what you mean, bro. Trust me.
That's the 12-year-old boy he befriended for like a week and ended up putting his Cash App up so that he could give the kid money so that his parents could pay their apartment. Actually, I've only been on live for 43 minutes.
I'm on me right now. You got angry faces.
He did go to jail back in June for about 3 weeks. He spent 4th of July in jail. And then I don't know if he bonded out or they released him on his own recognizance, but he got arrested again and is out again on a $10,000 unsecured bond because he attempted to steal a car from a woman.
Y'all might see a couple videos from me.
Let's see here if I can find this video. One second. And you'll notice when he went to jail, the van got taken. So he was there long enough. He couldn't. I mean, Cookie and Moo were probably past a hold date. He was there for 2 or 3 weeks. So he doesn't have it anymore. He doesn't have the dogs. He's still homeless. That little boy did not find him on TikTok, honey. I was watching when that little boy walked up and said, "What are you doing?" And he said, "Well, I'm on TikTok." That 12-year-old little boy that he befriended behind on Arby's at 10:30 at night. So his stories are contradicting with the dogs. He lies a lot. I have a feeling Moo was probably adopted out. Cookie has a history of aggression with cops and people in general. Cookie has a bite history. So it would not surprise me if Cookie was put down. There was at least one point where Cookie bit someone at the park, and Keto's initial response was to hand her a thing of Vaseline and tell her to rub it on the bite because it didn't like break a lot of skin.
That's it, bro. They can't take her to jail for that.
This is Keto after the McDonald's incident.
They can't take her to jail. I don't care about no karma. Fuck all that. If I would have did her dirty, I would have went to jail just now, bro. No, she didn't get arrested. No, she didn't get fucking arrested. They said I'm gonna have to. He said it didn't happen in front of him. So yeah, bro. It didn't happen in front of him, so he can't take her to jail. Bro, what if I was, so you saying if I was beating her ass in McDonald's, beating her ass, oh, just because it didn't happen in front of you, you're not taking me to jail? Nah, they would have locked my black ass up, bro. Don't let that shit fool you, bro. I don't know what's going on, bro, but, bro, I told him to look at the cameras. He said since it still didn't happen in front of him, he can't lock her up. Bro, I bet you if I get, bro.
Since when do cops have to be present in a crime for them to not be able to arrest somebody?
I let that girl hit me like 4 or 5 times before I started fucking defending myself, and I fucking elbowed her and her shit, and she slowed down. Bro, literally, bro. Like, stop fucking playing with me, bro. I had to elbow this girl off of me, bro.
It's called Reddit, honey. They've been documenting him for over a year before I even knew about him. Because they were worried about the dogs after, you know, especially after one unalived in a hot car because he left them there.
You're not in punching distance, bitch. You're in fucking elbow distance. The bitch was like that close. She's this close to me, whooping my fucking ass, grabbing on my hair. Everybody watching, bro. The bitch is whooping my fucking ass. Her manager say, I didn't see it. I didn't see it. Did y'all hear her say that? I'm gonna put everything. I can't wait to post everything.
One of them,
bro.
he used to have 3 back until about July. I think it was the summer of 2023 when he left one in a car.
I'm finna post everything, bro.
He's not in jail right now. He's out on a $10,000 bond, honey.
Right in front of the officer. I didn't see anything. She was right there the whole...
Now,
No,
that's his version of the story.
Supposed to be you better work. You supposed to be working. Watch
He
your
live
mouth.
streamed the whole
Watch your mouth, bro.
incident.
You getting recorded. Watch your mouth. Call me no nigga. Say
He live streamed the whole thing.
finna go record her, bro.
Awareness and educational
really had to
purposes
say that,
only.
bro.
TikTok.
You ain't really had to say that. Now I'm not going. Now I'm not leaving. Because I ain't really...
He was just trespassed.
Bro. Watch your mouth. Oh, what? Watch your mouth. Oh, what?
He tried to shove the phone in her face.
Get my phone. Bro, get the phone on my phone. Stop touching me, bro. Get that touch me again. Bro, get off.
He shoved the phone in her face after they told her, or told him to leave. He was trespassed, and he said, I'm not leaving, I'm not going. And then he approached her and tried to shove the phone in her face. So yeah, she pushed it out of the way. And then he started...
Get that touch me again. Bro, get off me, bro. You so hands supposed to be you better work. You supposed to be working. Watch your mouth. What the fuck? Call the cops.
We already did.
She done hit me with the fucking sauce basket. Come
So
on,
then
bro.
he ends up he
Fire,
ended
you
up
try to get-
behind
get
the
store.
counter at one point.
No, I'm not getting out. She grabbed me. Fuck out of here. Pull my hair, bro.
Makes
Come
a
on,
huge
bro. She
scene
kept
about
grabbing my
it.
phone. Why can't I
That
record?
live was crazy. Let's
Tell you, that's the police right there, y'all. The police. So look, bro, don't let nobody tell y'all that
Thank
I
you,
gotta go to
Cheryl.
jail. I got a good, and bro, I was not expecting him to die in my car. I don't know why they asked me, but I did, bro. And I took him down to the homeless place. Well, not the homeless place, but the pet shelter. And bro, they said they was gonna kill him, bro. So I took him, bro, away from that. And bro, I was not expecting him to die in my car, bro. I did not expect him to do that in my car. Why didn't Cookie pass away in my car? It just didn't make sense. Stuff didn't make sense to me, bro. Nothing ever really made sense to me, bro. Tammy, thank you for the finger heart. But literally, so I take the dog, bro. It's around like August, November, going into December 2022. That's when I met, after I took him, I'm sleeping in the car with 2 dogs now, right? And people, at first it was just me and Cookie. So now people was hitting me with the, why did you go buy another dog if you're homeless? Why did you go why did you add another dog to the situation? I was like, bro, I felt bad that they told me that they was going to kill him, so I kept him. Bro, the dog was going to lose it. Like, bro, they was going to kill this dog regardless. His own family didn't want him no more, bro. That's fucked up. They loved him when he was a puppy. Oh, when I was asking for Felon when he was a puppy, no, we love him. We're not getting nobody giving him away, bro. No one's gonna give away a puppy. But they always give away a fucking dog after he get old enough. I hate that, bro. People love puppies. Not saying they did him like that, but bro, it kind of put me there like with that shit, bro. Cause they did not. I was begging for Felon. Begging for that fucking dog when he was a puppy, bro.
Please
and
tap,
no,
guys.
It was a no every time. Even when bro had got locked up and he couldn't take care of his dog no more. So when they wouldn't give me Felon when he was a puppy, I'm talking about around Moo age, y'all would have been seen him a long time ago.
Thank you, guys.
Y'all would have seen him in August when they gave me Cookie back. Because when bro got locked up and it was like, oh, we got to give you your dog back, I was like, let me get him too. Let me get Felon too. Since he took care of my dog, it's only right for me to go take care of his dog while he locked, right? Right? That's how I felt. I was like, give me Felon, bro, because he took care of my dog when I couldn't take care of Cookie. Give me Felon, bro. Give me Felon. No. Then they called me out of one day and gave me him, bro. I shit you not. They waited till he got old enough and big and shit. And they weren't training him. So I got a dog that wasn't even fucking trained. It was just... So, bro, this shit was pissing me off,
He's
bro.
talking about Felon right now.
I did not kill that dog, bro. I did not kill that dog, bro. So, with that being said, after they gave me Felon, bro, it's like I had met a girl named Macy, right? December, in the middle, right before Christmas, I met Macy, right? You know what I'm saying? And
No.
it's like,
So,
time was
thank you,
just,
Brandon.
you know, I felt good. I'm like, bro, I got a girlfriend, you know, we both homeless. And, you know, she wasn't the best, like, attitude-wise or probably just everything.
He's
bro.
24 years old. He's not a kid.
Right then and there.
He's an adult.
But, yeah, we were talking one night, and we just kind of clicked, and, bro, we never...
Hold on.
Anywhere. I'm homeless. I don't really have space for him. I don't know why... So, it's like, bro, just make stuff make sense, bro. Like, we'll deal with all of what you hear later on.
So, this is him talking about how Felon unlived because he left Felon in a hot car, but it's not his fault.
Look, bro. So, look, neither one's did Felon or Cookie, bro. Because where was I with my story? So, like, I'm literally the family who gave me...
Hold on one second.
Bro, just make stuff make sense, bro. Like... officers that do help me out here, because they could have been really gave me some tickets when I was driving a car that don't have license plate. You feel me?
Tap, please.
So it's like, bro, just make stuff make sense, bro.
Doesn't matter what state I'm in.
We'll deal with all of what you hear later on. But look, bro. So look, neither one's did Felon or Cookie, bro. Because where was I with my story? So like, I'm literally the family who gave me Felon, the dog that died. This is the dog that passed away, bro. I was like, honestly, bro, me personally, I was like, why are they giving me the dog, or why are they asking me to take him anywhere? I'm homeless. I don't really have space for him. I don't know why they asked me, but I did, bro. And I took him down to the homeless place. Well, not the homeless place, but the pet shelter. And, bro, they said they was going to kill him, bro. So I took him, bro, away from that. And, bro, I was not expecting him to die in my car, bro. I did not expect him to do that in my car. Why didn't Cookie pass away in my car? It just didn't make sense. Stuff didn't make sense to me, bro. Nothing ever really made sense to me, bro. Tammy, thank you for the finger heart.
So, that was him admitting that he left Felon in a hot car because he had to go to work, and Felon unalived. But it's not his fault because he'd left Cookie in a hot car before and Cookie hadn't unalived. And the reason Cookie wasn't with Felon was because Cookie had just had puppies and someone was letting the puppies and Cookie stay with them because Cookie was kind of mellow after she had the puppies for a bit. Now, if you know anything about keto,
I'm going to be telling my
I'm
story,
sure I can find videos of Moo and Cookie going at it. Because Moo and Cookie, like, he would go out at night and hang out in a parking lot all night long. Cookie could go out with him all the time. He wouldn't bring Moo. And people actually, it got to the point to where people were confused and thought Moo might have passed away because he wasn't bringing him out. But he brought Moo out one day, and Cookie essentially was let to roam while Moo was attached to a tree, and Cookie got too close to Moo and they started to fight pretty aggressively. There would be times if he did take both dogs out, he would pause the video so that you didn't see the dogs fighting. Let me see here. What else can I find?
Let's go, Tay.
Here's a video where
you, bro.
we had to confirm Moo was alive, actually. And it's Moo
Yeah. Stop, girl.
is alive and well because we literally thought Moo had passed away or some shit.
Go, Tay. I appreciate you, bro. Thank you, bro. Burping. Yeah. Stop growling at each other.
And then he went on pause.
Burping. Yeah. Stop growling at each other.
Thank you.
No more.
So I will tell you, Keto has always had enough money to not be homeless. Between working and making the money he was making on TikTok before he got exposed, he was making good money. He was making really good money. And then people started to get upset because he started to gift lions to people. He had a lot of people who were sending him money because they felt bad for him and thought he was...
I'm not mad at him.
Thought he was homeless because he was down on his luck. And basically, once we called him out for allegedly, he goes to court tomorrow, hence the 10/2/2024, allegedly letting his fist meet a woman's face so badly that he put her in the hospital with a severe concussion, allegedly, supposedly, maybe. He's pleaded not guilty, but he's still going to court for it. He basically kind of was trying to do damage control because once this got called out, he was kind of going at, he got violent at a McDonald's. He incited a fight at a McDonald's. He was just kind of spiraling. Like every day was something new with this guy. And, he would go on lives, say, guess the number I'm thinking in my head, bring people up, and the person who guessed it first, he'd gift them a lion. And the people who had been gifting him money were really, really upset because he was just basically giving away hundreds of dollars.
Sending gifts. Like, bro, it's a battle, bro. It was literally one rose. One rose, one gifted. Everyone looked at that shit for 30 seconds. I shit you not, bro. Me personally, I would not have did that in anybody's fucking stream. It's a battle. I'm gonna help out. But that's just me, bro.
That was the time he got mad. People were gifting him roses and not bigger gifts. Let's see what else we can find on here. There was a time a girl delivered a bunch of stuff to him and put her phone number on these stuff so that he could call her if he needed anything. Keep in mind, that's partly why I called out some of the behaviors, because he's alleged to have assaulted at least one individual in the last 10 months. He's alleged to have assaulted one individual so badly she went to the hospital with a severe concussion. He resisted arrest in June and was in jail for about 3 weeks. And yesterday, an arrest warrant was signed because he attempted to rob a woman of her BMW SUV, and it was with force and violence. Hold on, let me see if I can find any other videos.
Say what really happened, people gonna be like, damn, bro, why the fuck did you tell? Like, bro, I wasn't even supposed to tell how Cookie was getting treated at the other house. And I had them looking at me weird when I went back over there, but they never said nothing to my face, dog.
That's when he wasn't telling the truth about the dogs and trying to say they were unalived for money. I do believe Moo probably got adopted out. Moo wasn't the worst.
So
Cookie had a history with cops and everything, so that part didn't surprise me. Again, this video right here, it was posted only a few days after he was arrested, and you can tell he's blurred something out on his hand. But, I mean, there's a whole Reddit thread on keto. It's called OMGitsKeto. I highly recommend going to it, looking at all the evidence that's there. If you go back about 219 days, it's 219 days ago, there's 5 videos posted from the cousin of the girl who is he's alleged to have assaulted, that he's going to court tomorrow for. She has timestamps on them to show her cousin walking up to the front door, and the camera is on her, and her face definitely looks like it's been through something. There's video footage to show 4 minutes before she walks up to her door that he fled the scene, and you can prove that because there's video footage showing him walking in during the daylight in the same outfit with the same hairstyle. So, that's OMGitsKeto. He was in jail. He's released now on bond. So, as of 10/1/2024, he's out on bond. He's facing 150 days in jail for the assault inflicting serious injury. I would almost guess the Class H felony is probably more time in jail than he would see. I've already showed him. Thank you, Jessica. If you've missed it, you got to go do the research yourself at this point. Ignorance is bliss, but you know what? At the end of the day, sometimes you got to do it yourself. Because I'm not going to sit here and play the videos back to back to back to back to back over and over and over again. What I am going to tell you is that I have presented facts all throughout this. Okay? Your ignorance is not my responsibility. So if you choose to blindly support any individual on this app, that's your choice. The top one, he just had that one yesterday. He's been arrested 3 times in the last 10 months. Thank you, Brandon. So, at the end of the day, to everyone who wants to sit here and support him, not once did I tell you not to support him. I'm here to make sure that whether you like it or not, you know who you're supporting. And again, the reason that I say this is because I used to sit in his chat and watch him because a few people wanted me to cover him as potentially being a scammer. And I noticed there were a lot of young girls in his comments that wanted him to come live with them. And they were serious.